What if I told you scientists are trying to bring back a creature that went extinct 4,000 years ago? Not in a movie, but in real life. And no, this isn't Jurassic Park. It's the Arctic. Real snow, real genes, real money. Backed by nearly $500 million, a biotech company called Colossal is on a mission to resurrect the woolly mammoth. Not for fun, not for a zoo, but as a high-stakes solution to combat climate change, reinvent conservation, and open a brand new industry. Sounds wild? It is, because behind the fuzzy face of a mammoth lies a game-changing fusion of genetics, finance, and ambition. Billionaires, venture capitalists, and world-class scientists are betting big on a future where extinction isn't forever, and the returns could be massive. But is this innovation? Or are we dangerously close to playing God? Let's unpack the science, the dollars, and the ethical chaos of bringing mammoths back. From fossils to fortune, the mammoth blueprint. In 2021, a Texas-based biotech company called Colossal Biosciences emerged with a mission that sounded more like myth than science: to bring back the woolly mammoth by 2027. Fast forward, and they've already secured over $225 million in funding, with investors ranging from tech titans to climate-focused hedge funds. But how does one even resurrect a woolly mammoth? Well, think of it as reverse Jurassic Park. Instead of finding a mosquito in amber, Colossal collects well-preserved mammoth DNA from frozen permafrost in Alaska and Siberia. Then, using the cutting-edge gene editing tool CRISPR, they splice the mammoth's cold-resistant genes, like thick fur, fat storage, and frost-tolerant hemoglobin, into the genome of an Asian elephant, its closest living relative. The result? A cold-adapted hybrid, a mammophant, if you will. The embryo is then implanted into an elephant surrogate. If all goes as planned, the first woolly mammoth in 4,000 years could be born within just a few years. But this isn't just about science. It's also a venture-backed startup, operating with milestones, roadmaps, return projections, and a pitch that sounds strangely familiar in the world of finance: innovation, disruption, and world-changing potential. Mammoths and markets. Why investors are all in. Now here's the million-dollar question. Literally, why would any investor bankroll this mammoth moonshot? Because Colossal isn't just promising to bring back extinct animals. They're building an entire industry around de-extinction tech. Think of it like the early days of SpaceX or Tesla. At first, people laughed at electric cars and reusable rockets. Now they dominate markets. Colossal is betting that the tools developed to revive extinct species, like advanced CRISPR platforms, embryo development, AI-driven genome mapping, and even synthetic wombs, will have mainstream commercial uses. We're talking genetic disease treatment, conservation of endangered species, pharmaceutical breakthroughs, even food engineering, synthetic meat and climate-resistant crops. One breakthrough in mammoth resurrection could unlock dozens of biotech patents, valued in the billions. And here's the kicker: de-extinction as a service. Imagine governments or NGOs paying to bring back lost species to stabilize ecosystems. Think, restoring the dodo to the Mauritius economy as a tourist draw, or reviving coral species to save marine industries. And just like early Apple products paved the way for the iPhone, the cool factor of resurrecting a mammoth isn't just PR, it's proof of concept. In essence, Colossal is selling a vision of the future, where science and capitalism merge to rewrite evolution, playing God, ethics, and public perception. Of course, not everyone is thrilled. The phrase, playing God, gets thrown around a lot, and in this case, it sticks. Because when you're rewriting the genetic blueprint of life itself, the ethical landmines are everywhere. Should we bring back extinct species just because we can? What if mammoths don't adapt well? Could they suffer? Could they spread disease or throw ecosystems off balance? Colossal's co-founder, Ben Lamb, is unfazed. He argues, we already play God. Every time we take antibiotics, extend lifespans, or bulldoze forests. The question isn't if we play God, it's how responsibly we do it. And he has a point. We already engineered lab-grown meat. We clone pets. We edit human embryos. Genomic capitalism isn't coming. It's already here. The difference is, with mammoths, we can see it. We can feel the stakes. And that's why public opinion is still divided. It's a tech marvel, wrapped in a moral riddle. A mammoth-sized climate strategy? But here's where it gets even more interesting. Climate change. Colossal isn't just bringing back mammoths for show. They claim these behemoths could help restore the Arctic tundra. See, when mammoths roamed the Earth, they helped preserve permafrost by knocking down trees, trampling snow, and fertilizing the soil. This kept carbon trapped underground instead of releasing into the atmosphere. Reintroducing mammoths could, in theory, slow the melting of the Arctic, which currently stores twice as much carbon as the atmosphere. In a strange twist of fate, prehistoric biology might solve future climate problems. Now, is this guaranteed? Not at all. But in the world of ESG investing, where environmental impact is king, this angle is pure gold. Investors don't just want growth, they want impact. And Colossal is pitching its mammoths as climate tech disguised as megafauna. If they pull it off, the returns could come not just in revenue, but carbon credits, partnerships, and policy influence. The broader market. What's next for de-extinction? Woolly mammoths are just the beginning. Colossal is already eyeing the thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger. Next could be the dodo, the great auk, or even extinct coral species. And it's not just Colossal in the game. The field of synthetic biology is exploding, attracting attention from Google Ventures, SoftBank, and even the US government. This isn't a one-off. It's a new biotech frontier with potential to rival pharmaceuticals or AI. Expect to see de-extinction ETFs, biotech IPOs, CRISPR as a service platforms, and yes, maybe even biological theme parks. No mosquitoes required. But here's the financial takeaway. Where there's risk, there's reward. And where there's a scientific breakthrough, there's monetization waiting to happen. De-extinction might sound like fantasy, but behind it is a framework investors love. Disruption, first mover advantage, and scalability. Colossal isn't just reviving mammoths. They're pioneering a new economic model, one where life itself is engineered, optimized, and commercialized. So, let's come full circle. The return of the woolly mammoth isn't just a headline for science nerds or Ice Age fans. It's a glimpse into the future of finance, where innovation walks on 4 legs and wears a shaggy coat. We're talking about a world where the extinction clock might start ticking in reverse, where billion-dollar startups build life from code, where hedge funds speculate on genes like they do on commodities. Yes, it's risky. Yes, it's controversial. But so was the internet. So was electric energy. So was AI. And now, we're betting on biology. Are we playing God? Maybe. But the more important question is, can we play it responsibly? Because when you look into the eye of a resurrected mammoth, you won't just be seeing the past. You'll be staring at the next frontier of human enterprise. If that fascinated you even half as much as it fascinates us, hit that subscribe button, tap the like, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you never miss another deep dive into the future of tech, money, and human ambition.